Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new comedy, Summer Camp, and this is from writer-director Castile Landon, who's worked on films like After We Fall, After Ever Happy, Perfect Addiction, stuff like that, which is very interesting, gearing towards a younger, more raunchy and steamy kind of demographic of romantic films, and here we have this older generation of actresses, kind of raunchy, fun, silly comedy. And you have three friends, Nora, Ginny, and Mary, and they're played by Kathy Bates, Diane Keaton, Alfre Woodard, and they became friends at camp growing up, and now they've returned for this camp reunion, and they're all in different places, because you have Ginny, Kathy Bates' character, who's this big guru of like self-help and stuff like that. She's really successful. And you have Diane Keaton's Nora, who's a workaholic, and Alfre Woodard's Mary, who's very successful at her job, but feels very, very closed in by her husband. And here they're off at this camp, reuniting. They haven't been together in years, and trying to have a good time. And this bubbles all kinds of different things to the surface, as each of them has to go on their own journey, whether it's realizing that you might seem super successful, but you don't really have anybody. You have your work controlling your whole entire life. Or maybe a relationship that you've been so committed to isn't making you happy anymore. And they're all important, significant, and poignant themes that this film is tackling in this fun, silly, comedy type package, which this film certainly leans into. There's some raunchy parts, there's some silly comedy, physical comedy, and there's definitely, like, it's trying hard to, like, reach a younger generation with some of the needle drops, but also supposed to be hitting their generation with some of the needle drops. The tone feels a little bit all over the place with what it's trying to do. There's also some of the comedy that hits in a bit of an interesting direction, because there's this, like, one camp enforcer that she's, I would say, probably, like, the most controversial and divisive character in the film, because she's a lot. Betsy Sodero's character is a lot. But the chemistry and the charisma of our three leads is just off the charts. And then you have the likes of like Eugene Levy, who's connected with Diane Keaton's character. I really enjoyed their dynamic. Dennis Haysbert doesn't get as much to do, but he's very charming in his dynamic with Woodard. Josh Peck, his Jimmy, he's this kid working at this camp, just trying to find his niche, and it feels really on the nose with some of the writing in this film, but he has a moment that is kind of impactful. The main thing, though, is the humor is all over the place. The themes are significant and poignant, but a lot of the writing, the narrative structure, the beats that it goes on, all very familiar, and I don't know if this film really does anything in a unique or fresh way. But in the end, I think it's a watchable, fun time. It might be for an older demographic. I don't know how much younger people might enjoy this, but it's one of those kinds of comedies it's fine. It's nothing revolutionary, but maybe the revolutionary fact is, like, it's letting some actresses who are getting up there in age have some fun and just be able to be themselves, and it's genuine in that way. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that it has going for it. But in general, it's a fine little film. It's nice. It might give you a few laughs. But those are my thoughts on Summer Camp. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.